So hello and welcome to pretty much the first proper episode of Garmin to London Marathon 2025, smashing the PB. Will it stay that title? I have no idea, but we'll see how it goes. But this is pretty much the first episode proper. Just looking through some data already. I've been doing the Garmin Daily Suggested Workout probably for 2 to 3 weeks now. And I've really enjoyed it. A lot of it's been going up on my Instagram under the same name, Neil_Dad That Runs. But now is the time to start getting it into episodes because I'm getting obviously weekly stuff happening, and it's time to try and get all the data together and put it out as a video. What I have noticed already looking at my Garmin Connect, I have done pretty much a run streak from the 6th of August until the 16th of August. So that's a 10-day stretch of activities. Not quite used to doing all of that, but it's been comfortable. But this weekend, I've been pretty tired through work, and we'll come on to that at the end of the video as such, as I kind of go through. I'm not going to go through every single one. We'll go through this week. And then hopefully now I can start doing weekly episodes so you can follow my journey, hoping to really smash my PB in the London Marathon next year. For you people that don't know, at the moment my PB is 4 hours 42, 4 hours 45 and 2 seconds. So I'm really looking to smash that next year. And I have actually plugged it in my Garmin. I've done it on the event calendar. I put in the ambitious finishing time, and we'll see how it goes. Technically what should be happening now, and it kind of says it on the watch, that the daily suggest out is to get me to that end goal. So this is my journey on that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it. So Monday we put in a threshold session. It was 20 minutes at 169 beats per minute. Kind of had the 10-minute warm-up and a 10-minute cool down either side of the threshold, and that was at 140 beats per minute. Really enjoyed it. I went to the racetrack, as you can see on the picture and out of my Strava. It's just nice to get like a level threshold run done, and I can use that as a base later on as well to see how I'm progressing. Kind of same with my intervals at the moment. I live in quite a hilly area, so it's quite difficult to kind of hold threshold as such without raising the heartbeats too high. That's something I've learned with my running on heart rate based, that you got to be a bit gentle with where you're running, or you plan it a little bit, because of an easy run can go into what your heart rate thinks is a VO2 max, because you've got to go up a hill, and they're pretty steep hills. So yes, you slow down and try to counteract that as much as you can. It's still tough on your body as such, or your body, the heart rate goes up. So I like to do these sessions at a track. I'm quite lucky that I have a track not too far away, so I just go off there. Sometimes I might run there if it's part of a longish run, or otherwise I just drive there, do the session and come home. But the data is on there, or has been on the screen. And so that was the Monday's one. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It wasn't the last time at the track this week, but we'll flip onto that one shortly. Following on from what was just kind of said as well, in the sense of the low heart rate and that changing very quickly during the hills. Garmin suggested on Tuesday that I could have either a rest day or an active rest day. And the active rest day was like it was a zone 2 run. 126 beats per minute, just for 30 minutes. So I kind of thought, I'll try that and practice and a little bit more. I thought I did really well, but as you can see on the picture and that, it's 52% of the run in the zone 3, but literally by 1 or 2 beats. And that it's a bit frustrating. You think you've done it, you know, you smashed it and all that lot, and then all of a sudden you check your data and it goes a bit wonky. But it's why I did the run, yeah. I struggle to get these lower pace runs done, and especially on the hills and so I just use it as practice, and it's kind of how Garmin's learning from me and I'm learning from Garmin. So we just got to take it as it comes, and we'll just see how it kind of rotates around and take it into account. But I love running, so if I get a chance to run, I'll run. But that was a Tuesday one, and a good practice run. Although it does feel very slow. Just finished a zone 2 recovery run suggested by Garmin. It was 30 minutes on 126 beats per minute. I do all my stuff on heart rate, and I just can't do these runs. I live in a very hilly area, so I actually walked to a bit where on my first part of the run is always a hill, so I kind of walked that first, got to a bit, and then obviously I can run down, and I just try and plan a route that's flattish. Obviously you have to adjust your pacing to go slower up the hills to keep your heart rate down, so that's what I managed to do. I got a 95 something effective score, but then you get onto the actual data and it shows me that 52% of the run was in zone 3. That was done on pretty much just a couple of heartbeats over into zone 3, but still it looks like it was a zone 3 run, not a zone 2. It was a recovery run / active recovery, so I could have taken the day off, but I wanted to use this as a run to kind of really train to get into these zone 2 runs. It changes onto zone 3 at 131 to 132 beats, goes into zone 3, so it's a very low bit compared to some other people I see. They have a higher zone 2. Maybe that's just data that Garmin's a bit slow on for me. I do struggle, but then again I was running what I would say was 90 seconds slower than my normal pace that I can do, I guess. So that's part of zone 2, yeah? You're about 90 to 2 minutes slower. So it's interesting, but the zone 2s are the hardest runs for me. A lot of my base work is at the moment 140 beats per minute, which I know is a zone 3, but that's what Garmin's doing, and I'm following Garmin. That's what they suggested, I follow that. So it's still early days. I've been doing this program now for about 2 weeks. I really enjoy it. It does change a lot because of the consideration of the sleep. So we'll see how that progresses. As a marathon runner, you should kind of look into your sleep a bit better anyway. So hopefully this might force me into looking after that aspect of it. So it all works. And I've been following several YouTubers over the time, especially with the runner Lucy. Really kind of got me interested because I've started the plan, and she started can Garmin daily workouts get me to a 10k PB? I won't do any spoilers. Watch that. She's now using it on the system to train for Berlin, and that's so great to see that it's not just me that's kind of following this plan. But yeah, I suggest go check her out. YouTube's all very new to me, so it's going to be a work in progress for me. So if you can like the videos, subscribe to my videos. The plan is obviously London Marathon 2025. I'm a long way away from that, but I've set an ambitious task for finishing time. PB for a marathon is 4 hours 45 at the moment. but I'm really setting an ambitious finishing time, and Garmin knows that. So hopefully their daily suggested workouts are putting me to be able to do that. So let's see how it all goes. It can be an interesting journey. So it looks like Garmin has put me on a bit of a speed week. Got another threshold today, so same as the Monday. So yeah, speed week we go, I guess. I'll just making my way to the track now. It's just easier to do these stuff at the moment on a track, so let's just get down and doing it. Shame about the weather, but that's what happens in Bergen. I always like to run in whatever weather anyway, because you never know exactly what's going to happen on an event. It's just nicer to not run in the rain, but that's how it is. So let's get this workout done. And so then on to Thursday, it put me onto a base run. And so we did, was it 37 minutes base run, supposedly 140 beats per minute, but that did kind of average out to 145. And I mean, for people kind of wondering what distance it's kind of doing, 37 minutes, 6.5 kilometers. Also did, was it an average of 6:36 per kilometer, and I'm not the quickest yet. You know, I mean, well, I'll never be the quickest, but I'm obviously building up my bit. And as a base run, that's fine. I mean, the basic run is just it's not the easy run, but it's not a pushing race pace or anything like that. So it's just a nice gentle jog in my eyes. So I'm quite happy with that. And obviously, you know, we see the progress as it goes along. And so that was Thursday. Nice gentle base run, nothing too different really from that one. And then Friday we hit some fun. Maybe this could help explain some of the reasoning why they really did knock me out for the weekend. I'm not surprised you don't really do interval anaerobic session followed by a 2-hour long run the next day. So like I said, that's probably part of it as well, and it really did drain my battery. But yeah, Friday session intervals, you know, that was a lot of fun. 7 times 1 minute at 4:30 pace. Got no clue really what my pace is. So it's quite difficult. And as much as the watch does change as you run, I don't think it kind of changes as quick. Obviously, that's probably affected. Well, that's affected by, you know, pace wise is affected by GPS. So yeah, I mean, I kind of did all the intervals quicker than I was supposed to, but it was a 50-minute session. You mean it was a 15-minute warm up, then followed by the intervals with a 3-minute recovery, and and then another 10-minute cool down afterwards. But the only thing is, and you'll see me explain it as well, or say it in the video on the reaction part. You mean you do this sprint, and then you know your heart beats sky high, and then you get straight into recovery mode, and literally not 10 seconds later your watch is bleeping at you saying that your heart rate's too high and you're out of range. And I'm like, yeah, well, it takes me pretty much 45 seconds to get back into a range anyway. So I normally walk the first part. I walk 1 minute, then slow jog 2 minutes, and then I do it. So that's the only gripe about Garmin as such, that they're too quick to get you in and out of these ranges. I mean, in the start of your workout, maybe I should warm up a little bit more before I click on the thing, get my heart rate up. But we'll see. I mean, it's all part of the course, and we'll go it. But Friday was a very enjoyable session. So just back in the car after the interval session, 10-minute warm up on, 15-minute warm up on 140
beats per minute, then 7 times 1 minute of 4.5 minute per kilometer pace, with 3-minute recovery, and then a 10-minute warm down after that. I don't know my pacing. It's still very early for me to be doing that as such. 4-minute 30-second pace for a kilometer, I ain't got a clue really, so I kind of just go. My watch tells me I'm a bit too quick, but we can work on that later. She's still getting used to it, but Garmin, come on. I've just done a minute interval at a fast pace, and you're telling me straight away my heart rate's too high when I'm in recovery. It takes me a good minute to get down into my recovery range, and then I do 2-minute slow jog before we go again. That obviously affects my score, but my score is always going to be a bit wonky. If I creep out of the range, normally it's about 1 heartbeat, 2 heartbeats over, but it affects your score. All in all, that was a good session. I do enjoy them. It will get there. You can start putting some of these into marathon paces or whatever, but I'm not doing a 4:30 marathon pace. Not this soon anyway. But it's good to get the speed up, and in the end it should get a bit easier. So I'll put the stats up when I can, and we'll see how it all goes.
So then, now we hit the Saturday part, and it was, all week it was suggested 2-hour long run. Really didn't think that was going to really stick as much because of the intense session of Friday, in an interval. I do love my long runs though, but I was tired, so there was no run, as you can see, and then a long demand, another demanding day at work. Kind of knocked Sunday out a little bit as well. So Sunday, we've just done the base run, changed from the long run of an hour. But more details just on that one briefly.
So another change to the plan this weekend. Just finished a base run now. Was supposed to be a long run, which had gone down for the Saturday. Was supposed to be a long run. Turned out to be a rest day. So I lost a 2-hour run session there. Then today, planned last night, was going to be 1 hour 4 minutes long run. Another bad sleep. Some body batteries not fully up, so change it to a base run. So that was it. 33-minute base run today. Hopefully I can recharge through the week, next week, and get back onto the plan. But that's how Garmin changes. That's something that I like about the Garmin. It listens to the data it gets from the watch, so it changes accordingly. It's not a case of, I don't feel like running today. I'm not going to lie, I woke up this morning tired. I woke up yesterday exhausted. So I'm glad that the watch does change and that. But that was it. I'll see you in the rest of the video as I do a summary of the week. I'll speak to you guys soon.
So that's pretty much been my running week for this week, as I follow Garmin's daily suggested workout. And like I've said in the video, in my run, and that it's, yes, the plan changes and that, but it's changing in a way that it should be beneficial for me. We've all followed plans before, and then you wake up and you're feeling groggy, whatever. You don't really want to run, and it's your 2-hour race run plan. You got to go and do it, and you just don't feel it. And that could be more harmful in anything. In a way, it's always great to get out and run. Don't get me wrong; it really changes me when I get out and run, and I really enjoy it. But this is the way that Garmin for me follows my life. You mean we have to remember that everybody kind of has a life, and things get in the way or whatever, and you mean our body battery can't recharge as as it should do, as what you expect it sometimes. So life continues for us all. We fit in our passion of running around it. We have work goals, we have running goals, we have life goals, and that, so everything kind of changes and adapts, and that's what I really like about Garmin. And I've seen an upturn already. I am running a lot more. My normal marathon plans, I do. I'm not in the marathon plan now. That will be later on. This is just building a solid core base work, really getting the distance and time in, just to really build up the fitness and be as strong and fit as I can be for the really peak sessions, from Christmas onwards. We're miles away from that at the moment, but I'm loving it. I'm really pushing to smash this PB, and I've got a good feeling Garmin's going to do it. I've seen some other videos of people watching or following the Garmin plans. Fantastic one, which I've mentioned before in other videos, is the runner Lucy. She did the 10k. Can Garmin do a 10k PB? And I know that she's also doing episodes now for the Berlin Marathon in about 2 months. And then some other guys that are just doing it in a normal daily thing, but some of us now are kind of really using it for actual efforts and events and things like that. So it's really good to see how that goes. I will have to shape it up, I think, because obviously I don't think I'll be getting long runs in where some of the distance will be marathon pace, kind of stretches in there. So I have to up and change it a bit. I know that it's not, all plans are not exactly going to be 100% suited. And especially for free ones on a Garmin watch, it's just going by my data that I'm putting into it. So in my body, through my body and that. So things will be tweaked about. But so far on this base part, it's just really enjoying it, getting it out. And I can see the progress. I can, still see the progress now. In a shorter space of time. I've done a lot of running for the whole year now. But this last, say, month or two, I've shaped it up a little bit with the Garmin bit now. So and I've noticed a difference already. And it's a good difference. So, yeah, that's why I'm keen to follow the plan, and keeps me consistent and gets me to do what I want to do. But we'll end this video now. So thank you for watching the first episode. Let me know in the comments how to make it better. This is all new to me. As I'm doing my personal journey and kind of throwing it out there for you guys to watch and see how it kind of progresses as well. How it ends, we don't know yet. That's the thing about all this. So if you can, like and subscribe. That'd be great. Comments, what's good, what's bad. It's a big learning curve. So yeah, hope you really enjoyed it, and hope you can tune in for the next one. And I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.